Okay, let's jump right into it. Drama
Sure.
Club. Drama Club. That's where we met. This was in high school, North Miami Beach.
Senior high.
Shout out to
the Chargers. Go Chargers.
And I tell people this all the time, that Drama Club was probably the most formative time of my life. Because like you're in high school, and for me, like even middle school was pretty awkward and high school was pretty awkward, but being in the Drama Club, it felt like all of us were X-Men. Like we were all almost unaccepted.
It's a great way to
in
put it.
other places within the school, but we came together and we just like, we nurtured each other. Like
Just
we
a ragtag
encouraged
group of
each other.
hooligans.
Exactly. It was just like nonstop. Whoever you show up as is okay. Like that's what it was with our Drama Club.
We'll find a place for you.
Troop 3206.
One
like,
time.
Whether you're in front of the camera or behind the camera, you're a techie or you're doing a monologue, like or a musical piece, like you are accepted. And so in your bio, we talked about identity. Let's talk about like, you know, just that time of forming your identity and how that progresses over time.
Well, you know, originally I was, you know, to North Miami, and I personally feel like I was on a predetermined track of just being like, you know, another dude on the block. You know, Drama Club was the place where I really did, quote, find myself, or because I was a skateboarding, pot smoking, you know, dude before that, you know what I mean? And like, I really felt kind of directionless after a while. Like it was fun. You know, my mom kept me kind of under tight circumstances when I was growing up. So when I did get a chance to go out and like skate and be with like a group of friends, like I was like out here in these streets. And then eventually, you know, I was like just kind of hanging around, just blazed again, looking at all my homies at the skate park. And I was like, I need to do something. So I originally was going to join the baseball team.
Okay.
And I was literally on my way to baseball tryouts, and then a dear friend of mine, JR, hops out the Drama Club and is like, yo, we're doing improv auditions. And I walk in. And it was that one time where like I go on stage and literally escorted me to the stage of the drama club, and we did improv. And it was in that moment where I was like making people laugh and stuff like that. And you know hood niggas, like when you cracking jokes, it's like, yo, you so stupid, Josh, you so dumb, I was always the stupid one in the group.
Right.
But here I wasn't stupid, I was being celebrated for the jokes. Same jokes, same swag, same vibe, but in this venue it's being celebrated as opposed to, you know, being made fun of. Like I'm making this whole group of dudes laugh, and then your first response is to call me stupid. Obviously the intent is like, oh my God, you're silly or whatever. It probably comes from an endearing nugget, but here I was being celebrated. And like you said, the Drama Club was such a great venue for that. So I think through that, I really did have the environment that nurtured me and helped me grow in that into my identity that I wasn't even thinking about. I was just kind of going with the flow at that point. And, you know, I found seriousness in the Drama Club, like what that means to be dedicated and serious about an art
To a craft.
Yeah. I thought dudes just go on stage and start doing shit. I didn't know how the theater worked, but fortunately we had an amazing drama teacher who was very serious about that. So I had this
shout out to
one time Miss
Daphne Seacray.
Daphne Seacray, one time Dr. Daphne Seacray.
Doctor. Oh, put some respect on her name.
Put some respect on the name, and you know that that street kind of unruliness that I was bringing in was kind of shaped and formed into something a bit more pointed and something more intentional. So I think that was a really great opportunity for me to form into myself. And you know, I was reflecting on this not too long ago, where it's like, we got a lot of like organizational skills and like management skills and collaboration, project improv, management. So many skills were developed like in that drama.
Even competition, like going to competitions. Yep.
Buckling down, and technical skills. I learned how to audio edit in Drama Club. Like,
a lot of things.
You know, and I had the benefit during that time of having 2 years of Miss Seacray and 2 years of Miss Smith. One time to Miss Smith.
Shout out to Keisha.
That's my dog. You know, Seacray was like, you know, this is very serious. It was very rigid. It was very like, we're going to study the classics. We're going to do this and that. When Smith got there, it was like, this is your club. And I think having that balance of both, when Smith's tenure came in, we flew. I mean, she let us do whatever we want. I started a mime troupe. I started an improv company.
So much.
We did shows at the city hall. Like, we were so busy, and we ran it.
Yeah, yeah.
I had the honor of being president for 2 years, 2 terms, thanks. And you know, and I didn't. And it's circling back to identity, I didn't know I could be a leader until I was given the opportunity to be a leader, and I found what it was to lead a troop of bunch of drama kids, and and I had the pleasure of they really fucked with me in that regard, and they really trusted me, and they really like supported my vision, and you know, so I really found my identity through that, and then carried that out to college.
Yeah, there's just so much there, like with Secret and with Miss Smith, of like giving us accountability and just giving us the freedom to just be who we were meant to be. It's like it was such a transformative time, I believe, for all of us, and like just I mean, I'm not trying to relive the high school days and be like, oh, those are the good old days, but like we ran that school. Like you guys had Wacky Wednesdays where you went up, did the morning announcements with me, Darnell, Ezra, James, Jared. Like we were the singing group, the Spectrum Singers, where we would go into different classrooms and we would like serenade people's girlfriends. Which is wild when you think about it back then. But we were just like the mini boys.
I mean, y'all was for hire, right? Like
we were for hire, exactly.
If I needed to woo my boo, I just holla at the crew.
Not the woo, the boo. But like literally, like we just learned so much in there, and I feel like we're almost unicorns coming out of that.
It's a very special time.
Yeah,
and from what I've heard, given the changes in education, and you know, I still visit NMB as much as I can just to kind of tap in, and it is different. You know, the arts isn't supported as it used to be. A lot of the equipment is dated. You know, it's really unfortunate that, you know, I mean, not to sound so get on my soapbox here, but they're quick to fund the football team and quick to fund all the other, you know, areas, but the arts kind of gets the short end of the stick. And like, we didn't have much, but we made it happen. And now it's like, to even have less, then there's also a generational differences. You know, the biggest thing that I noticed in going back to in that time is a lot of kids these days want to do what other people are doing, but we were like going against the grain. So it's like starting a mime troupe, it wasn't trending. We didn't have social media really like that. So then it was like, you know, a lot of kids want to replicate because, oh, if this format works, try it. You know, there needs to be more environment in which, you know, teens, especially at that time, can experiment, can be void of the likes, you know, just to be fully and uninhibitedly creative. And I think that's really important, like, because we carry that on till today. And I'm sure you have an approach in your corporate world. You kind of probably have an edge because 100%. You kind of have that, like, that roux of unfiltered, you know, raw creativity.
Yeah. Success should be you comparing yourself to who you were yesterday. You can't compare yourself to Oprah, or you can't compare yourself to Issa Rae or all these other people, because each one of them have their own unique journeys, their own unique experiences, their own unique upbringings.
Let me teach you this. Success is not how far you got. Because, see, you're going to be disappointed all the time. Because somebody always further than you. So now you'll forever be disappointed. Success ain't how far you got. Success is how far you got from where you started.
Their path from start to finish is different from where you started and where you finished.
That's your success. That's yours.